West Texas' greatest listeners listen here on your number one station, News Talk 550, KCRS.
Good morning and welcome to your morning drive, News Talk 550, KCRS. It's the voice of West Texas. I'm Kris Moore.
And over at the news desk, I'm Spencer Bennett. Happy Thursday.
Joining us on the phone line this morning, one of my favorite people that I've got a blessing of being able to work with in the great city of Big Spring, Adrienne Green. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And how are you today?
I am good. I'm very good.
Well, you're actually, as I said, she and I work together over at my station in Big Spring, KBST, and I've gotten to know her, and if you ever met Adrienne, she's so sweet and so quiet and so precious. She's the news director there, does the morning show, but all of a sudden she breaks out into a comedian, and your comedy has just taken over. You're traveling all over the place. You've been in competitions, and you're coming to Odessa, but kind of walk us a little bit through your history.
Yeah, so around the time that I started here at KBS, I decided that I wanted to actually get on stage and try comedy. I had gone to an open mic night with a friend here in town just to see how it worked, to see if it was something I really was ready to jump on stage to do. And when I got there, nothing was set up, and our friend, Faith, said, hey, my friend's an aspiring comedian. She came over here to check it out. But y'all don't have it set up. And the owner said, oh, my gosh, you're a comedian? Can you do some jokes? And I was like, yeah, I guess I could do like 5 minutes or something. And I had one joke, and that's all I had. And I got up there, and I rambled on for 8 minutes, and it was the most embarrassing thing because it was just word vomit, just things just coming out that I would never, ever say or talk about in front of people. And then, I just remember looking and making eye contact with a few people and being super flushed in the face. And I looked at my friend, and I was like, why didn't you wave me off? He goes, you were too embarrassed to look at me. I kept trying to bring you out off of there. And so I remember thinking, oh, my gosh, that was terrible. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it again. I have to redeem myself. So I have to be prepared. And the next time I went, I was prepared. I did maybe like 3 or 5 minutes, and it went so much better. And so that's how I got it started. And there was a competition with West Texas Talent Entertainment. They had a talent search going on. Right. And so I auditioned with that with Daniel Ryan, and I made it onto the show. And it was my first performance in front of people. It was probably about 50 to 60 people in the crowd. And as soon as I did my jokes, it was like looking at a sea, like waves of the sea, is the way people would laugh. And they'd, kind of bend over because they were laughing so hard. It looked like waves coming in, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I was like, I'm hooked. Like, I have to keep doing this. And, it was great.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. The first one is, what made you, because as I said, honestly, Spencer, I know you have never met Adrienne. If you ever met her, she's so sweet. And so whenever you hear her perform, you're like, where is this even coming from? And how did you decide to become a comedian?
It was something that I had always wanted to do ever since I saw George Lopez perform.
Oh, my goodness.
And I had no idea stand-up was even a thing. I had no idea. I had seen the very first comedian I saw, his name was Darren Carter. He's a redheaded guy, little ginger, and he was on some late-night show. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I saw George Lopez, and a lot of the things that he talked about were, very relatable, coming from a Hispanic background. And I just thought it was so cool that everybody in there were strangers, but they all could laugh at the same thing. And so that's what I really love about comedy, is that it's relatable and it connects people instantly. Once you share a really huge laugh with somebody, you feel like they're best friends.
And right now, as every single day, we spend 4 hours talking politics, and we're all paying higher prices, and we're all, there's so many pressures in everyday life. The fact that you get out there and make people laugh, that is just priceless, Adrienne.
Thanks.
Now then, where did the green bean comic come from?
Well, I had always told John, my husband, I was like, okay, if we ever have a baby, I have the perfect nickname for it. It's going to be our little green bean, because I'm Hispanic and, his thing's green. So,
Green
our little
bean. Got it.
That's where it came from. Our little green bean. Well, we weren't able to have children, so the next best thing, comedy is my baby. So it's my green bean. So I tried using the green bean comic whenever I would do open mics, but people that knew me, people that were there running it knew me, so they would just call me by name anyway. So I was like, okay, well, that didn't work out, but I still like to hold on to it.
Well, let's talk about this latest comedy showcase that you've been involved with Keenan. And Keenan, of course, everybody knows, is on Saturday Night Live, and he was on Keenan and Kel on Nickelodeon. So you did and still are doing so well with that.
Yeah, so I got to participate in that competition. It was, it's still going on right now, so they're still kind of in the prelims, but it kind of is just a way to showcase comedians and kind of help propel them in their career. And everybody had a chance to submit an online video, which I did, and I did get people to vote for it and to watch it and stuff like that. So in the rankings, I know I didn't make the top 3, but I still ended up in the showcase. So I think I was like in the top 4, top 5 or something like that. But so that was very encouraging. And when we got there, they said, those of you that are here, we're here because, someone, really likes your comedy, or, someone that I know is very impressed with the work you do, and, they want to see you here. And so I knew nobody there except the headliner that night. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so they told us to prepare 4 minutes of material, and they said, you don't want to go over 4 minutes because we're going to have to cut your mic off. They're like, so do 3 and some change. So I was like, okay. So I did 3 and some change. I had planned for 3 and some change, and the laughs were so big I had to cut out a couple of jokes to make sure I didn't go over.
Oh my!
But it was great. Oh my gosh, I don't get to perform in comedy clubs, official comedy clubs often here in West Texas, but it was amazing. And I was just like, oh man, I could not have asked for a better set that night.
Well, speaking of performing, you were actually going to be performing this Saturday in Odessa at Pinky's Up. Kind of get us some details for that.
Yeah, so it's going to be me, Jerry Garcia, who's been on HBO Latino with a comedy special there, and the comedy legend Juan Villarreal. Juan Villarreal is the first Latino to ever be on BET's Comic View. So I'm so excited to get to work with both of them, and it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And I think it's a good atmosphere. It's very much people that come there are ready to laugh, and the crowd has always been great out there. So I'm very excited. Again, it's going to be on Saturday. I think the show starts at 9, doors open at 8, so you want to make sure you get a good table. And tickets are $30, and you can get them at prekindle.com, and it's all organized by Wireless for You and Isaac Lopez, and I'm so excited to be able to work with them and DJ Spree. So I'm just really pumped for it, and I look forward to seeing everybody out there.
Well, I want to tell you, people are frustrated, and as I said, just to go out to have fun, but you're an inspiration. If you want to do something, if you want to get out and you want to be a comedian, or you want to be a dog catcher, whatever it might be, you can do it. And you are a perfect example of how you have inspired people to do just that. Step out of your comfort zone. Go do what's going to make you happy, Adrienne. So I do want to thank you for that. I don't know if you realize that. Now, get them all the information again for your show this Saturday night in Odessa.
Yeah, so it's going to be this Saturday night at Pinky's Up. It's located at 1806 East 7th Street there in Odessa. Tickets are available at prekindle.com, and you can just type in Juan Villarreal, and that show will pop up. Tickets are $30. And it starts at 9, the doors open at 8, and it's going to be me, Jerry Garcia, and Juan Villarreal.
Well, I encourage everyone, make their plans now to watch this incredibly funny young woman as she performs at Pinky's Up this Saturday night. Get there before 9 o'clock. The show starts at 9. Adrienne, you keep up the good work.
No, thank you.
And I'll
Break a leg.
Break a leg.
Oh, thank you, Spencer.
All right, sweetheart. Have a blessed day, and thank you for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, I can tell you, that is one of the hardest things. And for her to be so mild-mannered, folks, comedy is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy is very, very hard. To have the courage to get up there, create your own material, and then get up there and perform, and then have it kick off. Then it works.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that feeling.
That magic.
That magic. And you're going to get a chance to experience that. That's going to be a great time.
Absolutely. So, again, if you would like to get your laugh on, 3 great comics, and one, of course, our friend, the Green Bean comic, Adrienne Green. Pinky's Up in Odessa this Saturday night, 9 o'clock. So be sure and do that. And, again, it's all about laughs.
Yeah, we all could use a laugh
We
right
all
now.
could use a good laugh
And
right
it's even
now.
healthy for you, by the way, folks.
Didn't you do an impossible question recently that
Yeah.
was...
It's better than 30 minutes of cardio or 20 minutes of
I think
cardio.
that's it, exactly.
A good laugh will do that for you. Laugh will do that for you.